Galaxy S9 update. Here are all the best features from Samsung's One UI skin. Galaxy S9 has been upgraded to Android 9 Pie with Samsung's One UI skin running on top, but just how good is the new software? When it introduced One UI, Samsung emphasized the software had been designed from the ground up to make navigating on larger devices with one hand easier. The firm said, One UI helps you focus on what really matters to you. With hardware and software working together in harmony, see only what you need, using and viewing your phone with an experience that feels second nature. Because it's the small details that make a big difference. During our testing of the new software on a Galaxy S9 Plus device, Express.co.uk can confirm using Samsung's native applications are easier with one hand. Messages, Clock, and Gallery are just some of the apps that have been altered so the majority of their contents is placed in the middle and bottom of the display. While this means when you open Messages for instance, the top of the display is initially left with blank space, once the user scrolls up to see older conversations such a gap is filled with more recent chats. The ease of use offered by One UI in native applications is of the reasons we have opted to start using Samsung's own experiences over those from Google. It is not just Samsung apps that are now easier to use with one hand. If the user pulls the notification shade completely down, its contents similarly fills the screen so the user does not have to stretch to reach certain functions. One of the biggest caveats to Samsung's new design choice is that it has not transcended into all the firm's programs. Samsung Notes for instance has not been changed and does not comply with the claimed system-wide dark mode offered by One UI in our testing. Navigation gestures. One UI allows Samsung fans to control their device using gestures, however it is worth noting they are not the same as those offered by Google on its Pixel 3 handset. Instead, swiping up where the traditional Android buttons at the bottom used to be performs each respective function. That means if the user has their back button on the bottom left-hand side of the navigation bar, once they turn on gestures a swipe up on the left-hand side of the device will similarly go back. Gesture navigations can be switched on by heading to Settings Display Navigation Bar. Visual upgrade. Arguably the biggest change to arrive with One UI and Android 9 Pie on Samsung devices is the new aesthetic it presents users with. Most of the South Korean OEM's apps have been given a new icon and interface. The icons themselves appear to be more cartoon-like than what existed before and is certainly a welcome change. However, it is worth noting not all of Samsung's programs have been altered, meaning there is a somewhat lack of uniformity across the OS. Samsung Notes retains its old icon for instance and looks especially disappointing next to the overhauled ones. Dark mode. One UI comes with a dark mode that can be enabled by heading to Settings Display and then ensuring the night mode toggle is on. Once the darker theme is enabled, native Samsung apps such as Messages will also flaunt such an aesthetic. Google has previously claimed dark modes have the ability to increase device battery life thanks to their decreased power consumption. Gallery Recycle Bin. Samsung's Gallery app now has a recycle bin feature that will keep deleted photos for 15 days before they are erased permanently. iOS already has a recently deleted feature that preserves items for a month before they are completely removed. Such a feature is great in the instance a cherished memory is accidentally deleted. Instead, such items can now be recovered with ease. The Gallery Recycle Bin feature can be enabled by heading into the app's settings menu.